Hello and welcome to a TBE E3 special. I'm Ryan.
And I'm George.
And today we're going to be focusing on Microsoft's big E3 conference. And tomorrow's episode we're going to be focusing on Sony's. So expect a big bumper edition because there was a lot of announcements.
Yes, there was. And if you're one of the people who don't really care about either of the two, we're going to chuck all of the miscellaneous news at the end of the Sony conference tomorrow. So tune in for that.
Yeah. So let's kick off with Microsoft's big game. That's Halo. So Halo 5 is coming out at the end of this year.
And this is your bread and butter. This is what you live for.
Yeah, basically. I am an absolutely massive Halo fan. It was one of the games that really got me into gaming, I think. I obviously liked it a lot before then, like PS1, Sega, Dreamcast. But when Halo 1 came out on the Xbox, that was when I was like, yeah, this is for me.
What's really funny is when we were watching this live, you could tell the difference between the two of us. Because when they announced Halo 5, when they revealed it, our tweets were very different.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, this is the one, this is it. Yeah. I kind of went, this kind of looks like any old shooter. Prove me wrong. Because this did to me, as someone who hasn't obviously played the first four, I can understand the sort of the big hype with people who've played the first four. Yeah. But to me, as sort of someone new coming into it, tell me why this is an exciting release.
Well, I mean, this is the problem, is that for newcomers, it maybe won't be such a big release. Because of the whole thing about Halo is the whole backstory, the whole lore. It's so intricate. There's still so much that I don't know about it. And you just get all these tiny little things. And even down to, in this one, they are talking English again, the Covenant, because of... in one of the previous games, we killed the leader of one of the factions who was pushing the Covenant to not speak the English language. But now that he's dead, now everyone's speaking English again. It's just weird little things like that, but it's a real intricate story, and they've just made it a lot bigger. So this time, instead of being linear, you have more of an open world, so you have multiple choices on which routes you want to take, right. And there's a new verticality to the map, so now you have a new clamber ability, so you can climb up on top of things, and you just basically have a lot more scale. But of course, multiplayer is where Halo comes into its own.
Yeah, it does. And I saw that, I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
that's big multiplayer.
Yeah. So they've got this new mode called Warzone, and it's basically a player versus everyone kind of mode. You still have some player versus player moments in it, but you are taking on the normal AI bad guys. So you'll get kind of drops come in, and the maps will shift depending on sort of who's winning, and you have all these leaders from the Covenant come in that you have to try and take on, whilst also trying to fight against one of the other player teams, and it just looks absolutely nuts.
How big is the player versus player again?
So it's 24 versus 24, I think.
That is big. For multiplayer, that's huge.
Yeah, or it might be 12 versus 12. There's 24 in my head stuck somewhere. But yeah, no, it looks great. It kind of looks, ironically, a bit Destiny-ish.
Yes, no, I saw you mention that. I can see what you mean visually,
which is a little bit weird because of obviously Bungie, who left to create Destiny. Halo was their sort of child, so it's weird to see those sort of influences. I think still in there. So I think there's still a lot of backroom talk going on about sort of how they should progress the Halo story, but I'm excited. I'm really excited. It looks fantastic.
I mean, the one thing we picked up on sort of as TBE, we wanted to do some Halo stuff, and we will when it comes out. But one of the things we picked up on was split screen.
Yeah, so they are dropping split screen, which utterly killed me because I have so much fond memories of teaming up with my pals on the couch and blasting my way through either the campaign or multiplayer. Me and my girlfriend still play Halo 4 multiplayer and that all the time. And it's just a shame that we won't be able to do that anymore. And
that's something I'll probably bring up tomorrow, in tomorrow's episode. But a lot of companies seem to be straying away from split screen to more of an online play. Except for one. which again I'll bring up tomorrow. So if you wonder who that is, tune into tomorrow's episode.
Yeah, I mean, we do still have one big split screen game coming up that we will talk about later on in this episode. But let's talk about a couple of the features coming to the Xbox. So for the nostalgia fanatics, Xbox have done the impossible and brought backwards compatibility to the Xbox One.
That annoyed a lot of people.
Yeah?
Yeah, as much as everyone was really cheering for it, it's like, thank you, Microsoft, for bringing backwards compatibility so I can play all those Xbox 360 games that I sold 18 months ago when you told me backwards compatibility wasn't coming.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If you've got it digitally, then you can obviously still download it.
But a lot
most
of people
did have it on disc at the time. Yeah.
Like, how many of your original 360 games do you still have?
I still have loads. I mean, honestly, they're back from my parents' house, most of them. I've still got a couple of the ones that I still play today. So it's gonna be nice to be able to move it to my main TV.
But yeah, so it's nice. It's nice that they brought it. But yeah, and I can get the anger that people have brought with the whole, you told us it wasn't coming and now it's here. Like, why didn't you just tell us we're working on it? It might take a while.
Yeah, well, I think this was another. I mean, I do have a real bromance thing going on for the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer. I absolutely love the guy, but I think that was one of his things that he pushed for. I think he knows that it was such a big thing to old school Xbox fans. The previous leadership maybe sort of disconnected with a lot of fans, so it's quite good that he's bringing that back. And yeah, I'm looking.
You have a lot of love for this man.
I do have a lot of love for Phil Spencer.
Yeah, I almost want to put like a little montage of you and
just me and Phil.
My there's only you in my
I love the Phil. I love the Spencer.
So moving on, let's talk controllers. Now, there was a lot of speculation about Xbox bringing a new controller. New patents were coming out and all sorts of things, and they revealed it at E3. And even as someone who doesn't own an Xbox, doesn't play with controller games, this controller looks immense.
Yeah, I mean, it was quite funny before it was announced because of I obviously chatting a lot of gamer circles, and a lot of my PlayStation friends were like, "Oh, they're just adding a 3.5mm jack. Like, oh, why don't they innovate? They're just stealing off of the PlayStation." I was like, one, a 3.5mm jack is kind of a natural progression. It's not really an innovation. It was going to happen at some point. And two, they completely redesigned the whole controller.
Well, no, I actually think the controller looks exactly the same. The actual body of it. It's the fact that it's all interchangeable. That's the big thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, it kind of, as it comes, I mean, it's still got some new buttons and stuff on the back that you can program to certain ones. And the shape is slightly different.
Is the shape different?
It's, the thumbsticks and stuff are, and the D-pad, they're all different from the original. But like you said, they're modular, so that if you don't like them, then you can switch it out. And
that's what I mean. Like the actual shape of the controller.
Yeah, so
yours isn't around nearby, but
typically for the first time ever.
But like the actual shape of take all the controls off, all the buttons, all the D-pad, all the sticks. The actual shell itself
so
is
exactly the same. Yeah, so I mean, it's still. I
just want to make that clear.
Yeah. And of course, it's going to be usable on Windows PCs and stuff as well. Yeah. So
they pushed a lot of Windows compatibility this E3. Like they really pushed that.
Yeah, and I think so they should.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, a lot of people were complaining about this and bringing a lot of Xbox exclusives to PC. Was quite a controversial thing, but you know what? I think it's good.
I saw a great post about Gears of War coming to PC. He's like, "Why are they bringing Gears of War to PC? Oh, this is our Xbox child." And people were like, "Calm down, dude. Like, it's still coming to Xbox."
People get militant about it, but you know what? I mean, people still like the fact that with a console, you're guaranteed games to run on. It's not like a PC where you have to keep it upgraded, keep it cutting edge.
I mean, that's really the trade-off. You get a console, it works. It runs at the spec that everyone else is running.
Yeah.
But you buy a PC, the thing you get there is if you spend a bit more, you can make it look better and run better.
Yeah.
And you like 60 frames and things like that. But yeah, no, I
Yeah, and some people just like to just stick a disc in, or not even stick a disc in most of the time. I just download digitally and just sit down on their couch with their controller and just have everything ready. And I mean, it's not going to kill the Xbox because if anything, from a developer perspective, it's going to make it a lot easier to release games on both Xbox and PC, so more developers are going to do it.
I mean, that's a really good sort of segue onto the next thing, because let's first of all talk games. Fallout 4 and Doom 4. And with that, both of these are going to get mods
Yes.
from the PC, kind of like it's all it's all part of their intertangly web.
Yeah.
Fallout 4 obviously, it's set to win Game of E3 this year. In fact, possibly even Game of the Year.
Most likely, yeah.
The big thing from that, and I Fallout isn't even a game I've played, but I want one of these. Is the IRL Pip-Boy.
Oh yeah.
That thing looks amazing.
Pretty crazy. I was well excited for that, and then I found out that it's actually basically just a shell that you slip your phone into.
Oh yeah. But it does show up. It Bluetooth to your phone, and then your phone.
You still get like the
full
Pip-Boy kind of thing. Yeah, I'll probably still get like a mate with a 3D printer to knock one up for me, but rather than spend 120 quid or whatever it actually is.
I don't know. I think it looks pretty fucking worth it.
A lot of people go for it. I'm tempted. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna get one way or another.
I mean, you've been debating which sort of Android wear to buy. Maybe this is the one.
Yeah, maybe, every other manufacturer trying to get it smaller and smaller. I'll just go for a massive cuff. Rocking it. But yeah, anyway, moving back to what we were originally saying about mods, this is something that I've wanted on console for a long time. So that's where PCs have always dominated. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft is a big example. I mean, you got me into Minecraft on PC, mainly because you bought it for me one Christmas. Thank you. But at the same time, I hate you because you ruined the console version for me because I can't mod it.
Yeah.
Because you can do so much more with mods.
Yeah, you can. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, Grand Theft Auto is another one. I mean, you see those like Spider-Man mods and stuff like that, and then you're back on the console version, and you're like,
I want to fly.
I want to be able to zip line over there on that blimp, and
but modding coming to console is a massive thing.
Yeah, and I mean that's another thing that's only made possible by the fact that Xbox is essentially a Windows PC. It's got Windows 8 behind it at the moment, but Windows 10 behind it later this summer. So I mean it's a cool thing. It's a cool time.
Yeah. So moving on slightly to real versus virtual. Ryan, I have a feeling there's only one game you could possibly be talking about here.
Yeah, so I have been caught out several times this week by Forza 6 screenshots that I don't know whether they're actually from a real life car or whether it's from a virtual game. I mean, when you look really close, I think you can tell the differences. But I wanted to put this to the test, so I've got a few images for you.
Okay, and we're going to put them up on.
We'll put them up
screen.
so that you can join along at home. And I want you to tell me. I'll give you 3 seconds to look at each one.
Okay.
So that you're not looking at it too closely. But so here's image number 1. Is that one real or virtual?
That's virtual.
That one is real.
Okay.
Real or virtual?
That's virtual.
That one is virtual. Real or virtual?
Real?
Nope, virtual.
Okay.
Real or virtual?
Virtual.
That one's real.
Oh, fucking hell.
Real or virtual?
That's virtual.
That one is virtual. Real or virtual?
Virtual.
That one is real. And that's it.
So, if you got them, let us know. Let us know how many you got wrong. Forza is...
Those weren't all Forza screenshots, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to put that in. That's just...
Cars versus...
Yeah, it was... I used Forza in there, Drive Club, and Project Cars. So, yeah.
Okay, well,
multi-platforms.
Yeah, just generally, virtual versus real, it's getting really blurry. And that is, I will say, the only game where people have really ranted about the graphics, and I've completely agreed. People rant about graphics on lots of games, and then sometimes I say these are clearly graphics. Like that is clearly a virtual man. But Forza has always, and I mean it's even just getting better, has always just taken it to the next level.
Yeah, I mean some games that come out now are just utterly insane with the graphics. Now, for upcoming games, then Xbox has announced that they are allowing early access on Xbox titles.
Steam style.
Steam style. So there's a couple of games already out straight after the conference I downloaded. One is The Long Dark, which is a survival exploration kind of game. And the other one was Elite Dangerous, which is a space simulator and is very much like a simulator. I kind of jumped into that a bit underprepared. But both videos are up on the channel now if you want to see my experience with them. Give me some slack for that Elite Dangerous one, because I really wish I had a bit of hands-on time with that before.
Yeah, I mean, we always like to try and get, like, these are our first looks, but that game looked like something really should have done some research into beforehand.
Yeah. So like George said, we'd like to kind of do a first 20 minutes normally, so that our first impressions are the same as yours, to kind of match, but yeah, don't jump into a simulator. That was a big undertaking, and I think I failed horribly, but, you know, the evidence is on the channel. So DayZ was made a weird appearance at Xbox One at the Xbox conference because of last year that was announced as a PS4 exclusive, but now all talk of the PS4 version has disappeared, and they were on stage at this year's conference saying that it's coming to Xbox One. So
they paid a bit more money, basically.
Probably. That's the thing, is that Microsoft has the big bucks to chuck at these developers.
And that's something, we're definitely going to bring up tomorrow about money. But Sony are going in a very different direction.
Yeah, so this is what worries me about Sony's conference, is that it's a lot of promises for the future. There's still very little for this year, whereas Xbox announced basically everything for this year. And then at Gamescom at the end of the year, they're going to announce everything for coming years.
Yeah, and more on that later, in the next episode.
We'll save the thoughts for that one.
Yeah, exactly.
So Rare made a big triumphant return, and shown off a bit of brief gameplay about their next game called Sea of Thieves. So now we don't know too much about this game, other than you're at sea and playing some thieves or pirates.
Really? Yeah. Almost like a Sea of Thieves.
No, I think you're totally off on that one, mate. But it looks like a procedurally generated game, so it should be totally randomly generated every time you go out. But there's very little more I can give you on that. But it's good to see Rare back in the game, and they've also announced a Rare collection, which is. It's going
to be a really common collection because everyone will be able to buy it. But it'll be a rare collection.
Yeah, that is a real mind twister. But this is going to be a load of various classic games like Battletoads and all that, all in the one package, which is really cool.
Cool. I mean, speaking of something that's really cool, it's almost like we couldn't go an entire episode of Microsoft's E3 without talking about HoloLens with Minecraft.
Wow.
That was amazing. Okay, the whole thing took place from behind a camera, but next to the guy who was looking in it. I kind of wish we'd seen it from his perspective, just to sort of really get the full effect.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of could, because they obviously strapped essentially the camera up with a HoloLens.
Yeah, so we were kind of seeing it from, but like we were seeing it from like the viewer's perspective, but we saw a guy with one on, and I don't know. I don't know whether it's just because we kind of I wanted to see it from like how he was seeing it, because he was the player in the video kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, we still sort of
we were
kind of seeing it from a third party, but all he still would have been seeing was his hand in front of him, kind of thing, like lifting up the whole world.
But the point was, they had the guy wearing HoloLens. First thing they did was project it onto a wall. Cool enough, you know, kind of their whole put a TV anywhere kind of talk. And then they went, build the world on a table. And everyone went, what?
Say what?
Excuse me? And the world just grows out of this table. Exactly the same world he was playing on the wall. The woman was like co-oping in the game, and she was there jumping away. It was outstanding how cool this was.
And then the guy could just look at a single location and just be like, shoot lightning, and then just blew up half the world.
He didn't even have to like point at it. He just started like looking at it, like it tracked the eye movement. Insane, just ridiculous.
Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental.
And I cannot wait for that to be like when HoloLens comes out. I'll just probably get one just because I want to do that.
Yeah.
just put like TNT on the wall and just be like.
Oh, weird setup because obviously they've got HoloLens and then they've got Oculus. I know they're kind of going for different routes. Like HoloLens obviously going for the augmented reality, whereas Oculus is going for the virtual reality. But it's sort of weird to have those quite close competing
Does
products.
Microsoft know them in the best now?
They don't own them, but they have a close partnership with Oculus. So
I think HoloLens is gonna be their baby for augmented, like you said, and Oculus is probably for now gonna sort of no. Facebook own Oculus.
Facebook own Oculus, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Just stuff social advertisements everywhere. It's going to be brilliant. What is going to be brilliant, though, and this is no sarcasm, is Gears of War 4. I mean, and it still has split screen.
Yay!
Yes, this is what I was talking about earlier. I mean, Gears of War is another franchise I absolutely love. I'm really happy that they brought they're bringing back the original Gears of War as the Ultimate Edition, completely revamped. I've actually been playing the multiplayer for a long time before this beta, although I wasn't allowed to say it beforehand, and it's absolutely fantastic. But Gears of War 4, they showed some sort of trailer and gameplay from it. It threw me off originally because I was expecting Marcus Phoenix to sort of step out of the shadow, because you see this big hulking guy and you're like, here comes Phoenix again, and he kind of steps out of the shadow and it's a whole other dude and you're like, who are you? But yeah, no, it looks cool. But we're gonna have to wait to see more of that.
So that about sums up your little man crush of an E3 conference.
Yep.
My first love, your every breath that I take.
If you enjoyed this episode of E3 talking about Microsoft, go ahead, click on the annotation or the link in the description, and it'll take you to the Sony conference. If it's not uploaded yet, then it'll take you there tomorrow. But yeah, so we'll talk about the Sony conference in a bit. For now, this is rounding out Microsoft.
Yep. So please like and subscribe and comment on anything that we've discussed in this episode.
And importantly, anything you saw that we've forgotten.
Yeah, there's a lot at the conference, so there's bound to be stuff we've forgotten.
We reply to all comments below, and we would love to get a discussion going with you guys.
Take care, guys, and see you in the next one.
Ciao.